I'm David Volk, a voice of the resistance, albeit a strange and funny one. Today's post, I go in the way back machine for here's why you don't want to sit next to a xylophonic coworker. They can't ring our bells. When it comes to instruments in the orchestra, the xylophone is one of the most underappreciated. Yes, it's good in some jazz numbers and many up-tempo pieces, but it doesn't have the status of, say, the violin, trumpet, or saxophone, all of which fit into a case and are easy to carry, and it doesn't have the innate cool of the cello, all of which can tend to leave xylophonists with a bit of an inferiority complex, which makes them harder to pick out of a crowd of thousands of people who have their own complexes and neuroses, but we have our ways of finding them, including these characteristics. 1. They like to fill cups with different amounts of liquid on their desks and hit them to annoy cubicle mates. For some reason, this doesn't work as well with paper cups or mugs and tends to leave a big watery mess on their desks, but that doesn't seem to bother them as much as it does their coworkers. 2, they have a nervous tendency to use their pencils as mallets and play their desks. As amusing as this is, it's not so great for your concentration when you're working on a deadline for a big project. Number 3, when excited, their voices tend to go up and down the scale. It's the strangest thing. 1 minute they are in mid-range, and the next, they get agitated, and their voices get really not exactly shrill, just a little high and shriek-like. Fortunately, when they come down, their voices move towards the bass end. So, if you like Barry White, that could be a little sexy, but it doesn't last long. Number 4, all architectural projects they propose tend to involve inclines and lots of narrow steps. Number 5, when they're bored, will hit the top of their heads with fists while their mouth is open. Apparently, it not only allows them to mimic different notes, it also allows them to beat some sense into themselves at the same time. Not surprisingly, this is amusing to kids, but not to coworkers. Unfortunately, there aren't that many kids working in offices, and that's a shame, really. Number 6, then they sit and wait for applause. Tiny desk solos are great and all, but they have a time and a place. Like the offices of National Public Radio, not your cubicle. That's it. Show's over. Time to head on home. Nothing left to see here. I've been David Volk, a voice of the resistance, albeit a strange and funny one.